Hey guys, it's Steven with Car Track Reviews. We're going to go over Overdrive Raceway in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Um, this location has two separate single level tracks, an upper track and a lower track. And there's little differences between the tracks and the karts on each of the tracks. So we'll go over that. So for pricing, one race is $27, three races are $68, which comes out to $22.7 per race. Five races is $103, which comes out to $20.6 per race. And eight races, believe it or not, they have a package for eight races. That's $155, which comes out to $19.4 per race. If you don't have your own helmet, you are going to require to wear a head sock with their helmets, with their rental helmets. The rental helmets are free, but you do need to pay for that head sock if you don't already have your own, and it's $5. The third Tuesday of every month from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., they do a $75 all-you-can-race event, if you want to call it that. And as I just said, all-you-can-race, so unlimited races. I imagine that they just put a certain amount of people per race and then alternate, kind of like how Lehigh Valley Grand Prix does it on their Mondays. They do have a VIP membership, which you're not required to purchase. It's $10 a month with a 1-year commitment, which means that you're essentially at least paying $120 for the membership for the year. With that membership, all races become $15, and that saves you basically $12 per race. So if you do the math, you have to do at least 10 races to break even. And so essentially, throughout the whole year, you basically need to spend $270. It almost comes out to like a season pass type of thing. You basically have to spend $270, again, minimum 10 races, and then you at that point break even, and then from that point you're essentially saving. For pricing, I give them a 7. So Karts is interesting. They have two different types of karts. They have the karts on the lower level, and they have the karts on the upper level. The karts on the lower level are storm karts. Both kart types are OTL. And the upper level karts are super leggero. And those are supposedly 5 miles an hour faster. That being if the storm karts are 40 miles an hour, which I tend to have a really good gauge of speed, but I always feel like a lot of these places advertise a speed that's higher than the karts actually do. So both kart types, they feel kind of heavy, but not too heavy. I think it more has to do with the chassis being a little bit floppy, for lack of a better word. I feel like both types of chassis are either very worn or they're just loose. Like most rental karts have relatively loose chassis, from what I've noticed. Tires don't hold that much grip. They seemed okay. They're not great tires. I don't know if it's the size or the tire type, or maybe the tires are just old when I went there. Steering on both karts was a little bit stiffer than I would like. Not as bad as a different location that if you've seen my other video, you probably know exactly which one I'm talking about. That was the one on Mount Pisco, K1 speed there. One of the karts that I raced with, which was the Storm Kart. The steering wheel adjustment was essentially broken, damaged to an extent. The steering wheel basically was moving up and down as if you were adjusting it, but the locking mechanism wasn't working. So I was actually driving with a steering wheel that would move occasionally. It was a little bit sketchy. So for karts, I give them a 6. The karts aren't great, but they're not awful. They're just okay. OTL electric karts have been pretty disappointing. So, not a big fan of those. Track work. The lower track and the upper track, they almost seemed to be very similar. It's a little bit strange because using different karts, the tracks aren't exactly the same, but both of them have so many switchbacks that it almost gets repetitive to to the point where it's kind of boring. The combination of the karts and the track flow was kind of disappointing. With all of the switchbacks, I mean, I really can't give them a big score or a high score for the track flow. The track flow is just mediocre on both tracks. I give it a 5. For customer service, as you always know, is subjective. They seemed pretty good. There was no real problems. Nothing that stood out to me as a problem. And I didn't really have too many difficulties with getting answers, so I give them an 8. All in all, pricing, they got a 7. Their pricing is okay. It's nothing too exciting. They have some interesting packages. The VIP membership is not too appealing, though, to be honest with you, so that's why I gave it a 7. Karts, 6. The karts are just kind of bland. There's just nothing exciting about them. I don't think they go as fast as they're advertised to go, and even if they do, it's just not very fun. They're just kind of floppy. For track flow, I give them a 5. If you're gonna have 2 tracks, at least make them different. They just felt way too similar, and they both had way too many switchbacks. I just felt like I was in a parking lot going around cones. No offense. For customer service, I gave them an 8. Just pretty good, no problems whatsoever, so can't really fault them for anything. For a total of 26 out of 40. It's not a bad place. If you're in the area, you're passing through, whatever, why not? Give it a stop by, have a little fun, you know. I think it would get repetitive really quickly, so you probably won't be there very long. Maybe just get a couple races or something like that, maybe a 3-race pack. Probably nothing more than that. And enjoy yourself. But I don't believe it's a destination kart track. So would I go back? Like I just said, I'd probably go back if I was passing through, but I don't think I would make the trip to go there with all of the other great options that the Denver area has, as you've seen in my other videos. So, sure, I'd go back. It's not a terrible place to go, but it's not a place that I would go out of my way to go. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like if you like, dislike if you don't. If you don't like it, tell me why. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one.